How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to Mojo Group. Mike with you. It's been quite a while since I've sat in front of a camera. Obviously, there's a lot of stuff happening in the background. Some of it I'm gonna update you sooner than later. But today, I'm gonna tell you about the unfortunate event that happened at Oshkosh this year. And speaking of, for a lot of you who were at Oshkosh, you noticed that I wasn't there. I really tried hard to be at the show this year, but I could not make it. Life just got too busy, but I made sure that the airplane was there. And speaking of the airplane is why I'm making this video. My airplane got damaged by the storm about a week ago. So if you were at Oshkosh, now normally for those of us who are displaying, or if you are, you have a business at Oshkosh, generally speaking, you want to come in much earlier. For the vendors and people who, have tents and things like that, you come in days early. And even just any normal visitor, if you're gonna camp out at Oshkosh, you want to come in days early, and that was the case. We made sure the plane was there. I believe we were there about three days early, and the airplane was tied down in the right place, except the Sunday before the show, a storm came in. Here's how crazy things got. It's a Sunday afternoon, I'm hanging out with the family, and I get a text from my insurance broker. Now, my insurance broker never texts me. I mean, I've had insurance for over 2 years, and not once have I ever gotten a text from this woman. And for the first time in 2 years, I get a text, which brings me to the sponsor of this video, Skywatch. There's a very old school way of doing things when it comes to aircraft insurance, and there's a relatively new and more efficient way of doing things when it comes to insurance. And I think Skywatch hits the ballpark on this. So with Skywatch, what's beautiful about it is that it's flexible insurance, meaning you don't have to pay a full year premium for an airplane. So say for example, if you only fly seasonally, like if you fly during the fall or the summer, or you rent an aircraft for a month or two, then you only have to get insurance for that long. You don't have to pay a full premium for a year. And that's what Skywatch offers you. But what's best about it also is that you get a quote instantly. So if you go on Skywatch right now, use the link in the description below. What you'll be able to do is just enter your information and the aircraft information, and you'd be able to get an instant quote on how much you're paying, either weekly, monthly, or if you want a full year, you can do that also. The best part though is that you can also play with the options that you have. So for example, if you want a higher haul value for the aircraft that you're looking to fly or to rent, you can increase that, and it just goes slightly up on your total premium, which is beautiful. This is how easy it is to get aircraft renters insurance. So much so that we're actually partnering with Skywatch with AirMojo. For those of our pilots that we're matching with airplanes, we always recommend they use Skywatch because you only buy the insurance that you need. So make sure you check out Skywatch and use the link in the description below. Now, this is really what happened. It wasn't a crazy damage. A lot of it is just physical stuff that can be fixed, and I'm happy about that. When the storm came, and apparently I believe the plane was either next to or under the tent that it was supposed to be displayed, and apparently the wind was so strong that it picked up whatever was around, and one of the poles apparently hit the airplane. So if you were at the show and you saw the plane, you would see that there was a nice 1 or 2 or 3 dents, I believe, to the left side of the airplane, and then I lost my ELT antenna. Again, these were just physical body damage, and I'm glad that the airplane was still airworthy, so it wasn't anything catastrophic that would cost crazy haul value for the plane. Anyway, they let me know that the airplane had been damaged, and they sent me some well, I didn't even get a picture until I think a day later. So just naturally we had a conversation, and my insurance agent, man, she was very quick. Like, she was letting me know, okay, I've heard that this happened, and do you want to go ahead and submit a claim? and so on and so forth. Now, that's actually why I'm making this video, because I want to educate you on what an insurance claim process looks like. Now, given that this incident was really nobody's fault, it was just Mother Nature. Sometimes life just gives you lemons. But generally speaking, when you file a claim with your insurance, similar to when you get in an accident with a car, you need to file a claim with an airplane. It's a similar process, except with aviation, you probably may get some additional documents that are being asked, but generally speaking, they send you a form to fill out, your information and describe what happened, and then they ask for documentation of the airplane, like your airworthiness certificate, your annual, when was the last time the airplane did annual. You send pictures of the before and after. They want to see the airplane, how it was before it was damaged, and then you send them pictures of what it looked like after it had been damaged. And so I was able to get those pretty quickly, and I sent them over. And because it was Oshkosh, the good thing was that just about every aviator, including insurance people, are right there. So I was fortunate that the insurance person on the ground was there at the show. So it was the next day or a couple of days later that they showed up, they came, they inspected the airplane while it was still being displayed. So that's the other thing, is I was glad that the damage wasn't so crazy that we were still able to show the airplane to the fans, to anyone who's ever watched videos on here on YouTube or anywhere else. I want to make sure that you get to see the airplane getting in, and I hope you did. They came in, the insurance personnel, they investigated, they saw the damage, and so everything aligned. And then the next move obviously was to submit all the pictures, documentation, and then now what's going to happen is we have to get a repair shop and then get an estimate for the repairs, and hopefully we'll get a check from the insurance company. Now, here's where I pause. I know there's some pilots out there, owner pilots, who either self-insure or insurance is just too crazy that they decide to not go ahead and get insurance on their plane. Now, that was sort of the case too. I don't know if I've made some videos over the last 2 years how pretty much insurance had doubled for anyone who was looking to get aircraft insurance since the pandemic. So it was a tough bullet to bite, but I was happy that I was paying those premiums, because now when something like this happens, I don't necessarily have to spend any money out of pocket. Now, given that, obviously depending on how much money you have in the bank, you can self-insure all day. And also, I should mention, if you're new to the channel or new to aviation in general, unlike driving a car, aircraft insurance is actually not legally required. So you don't have to have insurance on your aircraft, but I highly, highly, highly recommend that you do. Right now, Mojo Sling is going to be grounded probably for the next month minimum because I don't know how long it's going to take the shop to get done with the work, but I'm hoping that the paint for that airplane is available. It's a very unique paint, and I'm hoping that it's still available. And I made sure that I actually took the airplane to the original painter. I didn't want somebody else to do it. I wanted the original guy, shout out to Carlos in California, to do the work. So until about a month, we'll see what happens, but I promise to update you guys. Like I said, there's a lot happening really fast in my world right now, but I will try to get more content out and update you guys also on what's going on. In the meantime, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure you hit the notification bell on. I'm not done. I promise I will get more airplane content out in time. So make sure you subscribe for that. And thank you all so much for your support. For those of you, again, that made it to Oshkosh this year and I wasn't there, I apologize. I wanted to be, but I made sure the airplane was there given all that happened. But I really do appreciate the support, guys, and I will catch you all on the next video. Peace.